What's good, everybody? It's Batman, and today we are going to be doing a reaction video. We'll be switching up the vibes. I know I've been having a couple production videos along the way and everything, but yeah, we're going to keep the reaction videos coming along as well. And I've been told as a recommendation to check this video out by Loke, and I also do have Loke with me as well. He'll be giving his input and thoughts. He's already seen the video. I've seen like about maybe 2 or 3 minutes worth of this video at one point because I apparently like 6 reacted to it and debunked it and whatnot. So that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be the same consensus, and we're going to react and debunk, and we're going to painfully get through these 22 minutes as quick as possible. But yeah, it's every character that could survive 8 Gates Guy, and I heard this video was very atrocious. So we're going to check it out, and I hope you guys enjoy, and as always, let's get it.
The 8th gate is an amazing power-up that requires the user's life to be used. When Guy opened the 8th gate against Madara, we all thought his life was forfeit. And he almost did kick the bucket in that fight, if not for Naruto arriving at the nick of time. But this is not what the video is about. No, we want to explore who would be able to survive against 8 Gates Guy in a one-on-one fight. You don't really have to win the fight, you don't have to attack Guy necessarily to win this fight. You just have to survive, because in the end of the fight he's just gonna turn into dust and you're gonna win. But this is not the easiest thing to do, because 8 Gates Guy is extremely powerful, as we saw his fight against Jubidara, the strongest character in the series. So let's start by just doing a quick analysis of Guy's abilities at the 8th gate. First, he's extremely physically strong. Obviously, he's punching Madara, creating massive craters on the ground and dragging Madara hundreds if not thousands of meters. Also, he was able to blow up half of Madara's body, and that Madara, as I said before, is the strongest character in Naruto. But that's not all. The biggest...
Well, I'm gonna say something real quick on that. That particular Madara is not the strongest, by the way. Just putting that out there. So, Kage is above. The three-eyed Madara is above this Madara. Naruto and Sasuke are above this Madara. They were beating his fucking ass and forcing him to absorb the Divine Tree to get more power. So I'm just correcting that right now. This particular Madara is not the strongest, and most importantly, he basically took an ass beating and wasn't even going all full out against 8 Gate Guy. So I'm just saying, the only thing you can give Guy bare minimum is like the Sekizo, air punch combos. Eventually he wasn't, I think it was the third one that eventually speed blitzed him, and he couldn't react to any of those. But the first 2 he could react though. So overall, like, I'm just putting that out there. And then Guy's like strongest AP move, which is not really it's not really based on speed, to be honest with you, because even the Sekizo punches were technically faster than Night Guy, as crazy as that sounds if you compare both feats. But that one has more AP, but when it comes to the speed, Madara could still react to it. Like, he uses his staff to go fucking block that shit, and then he uses his Hack's ability to bend space, and the main reason is because if he touched the shit, he would get fucked by it. So he had to like bend space, remove it, and you know how all that goes. I'm pretty sure that he'll eventually mention that, but everybody always tries to rat and upscale Guy from that shit because he's the only one that bends space and blah blah and all this bullshit. So, but either way, just putting that out there, like, this Madara right here is not the strongest. I'm pretty sure you would agree with that too, right, Loke?
Yes, this Madara right here is not the strongest, and neither is the three-eyed Madara. The three-eyed Madara is still below Kaguya.
He was still even equal to Sasuke and Naruto as well. Like, he couldn't even speed blitz or kill them. It was like a tug of war type of a fight. It's the same shit with Kaguya. Kaguya was over them though. They were struggling with her. But
yeah, so we still have Kaguya. We have DMS Kakashi.
Yeah.
We have like Final.
We even have the Final Valley Sasuke with his that's his Susanoo thing he does with the Tail Beast. Then we have Naruto with Sage Mode. Avatar transformation, like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
bro, what does Madara do against a Sage Mode Avatar Susanoo, Majestic Susanoo? What the fuck does he even do against that? And with all the Tail Beast, like, imagine if Sasuke did the Shubaku Tensei Tail Beast feat with his Susanoo, and then wraps his Susanoo around fucking Naruto's Sage Mode Biju Avatar. What the fuck does he do, bro? You know what I mean? Like I don't, like, there's just so much, like, he's just not in that territory. Nothing. Yeah, he would get fucking slammed. So, overall, like, once again, this Madara is not the... I don't know why the fuck he worded... Maybe he just misworded or whatever. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's just blatantly not true at all. So
deal with
This
8
Madara
gates.
is not the strongest. Neither is the Free Eye. Like the Free Eye would get slammed by Kaguya, DMS Kakashi, and Final Valley, Sasuke, and Naruto. Bare minimum.
Yeah, no, he's just poo poo. So.
And Sakura, perhaps, from the Kaguya fight.
Yeah, even the fact that even Sakura is remotely even in question, that way stronger than... Actually, I'm gonna be real with you. Like that Sakura that eventually pulls defeat against Kaguya, like, bro, the fact that she's even in question for her to just shit on this Madara, which wouldn't surprise me. Okay, like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this Madara is not about it. Like, I don't want to hear it. So.
If she can damage Kaguya, she can
damage him. Yeah, absolutely.
And, Taijutsu, so, the Tento's Jinchuriki bullshit ain't gonna work.
Nope.
It's Taijutsu.
Yeah.
So, like Guy. So
but that's basically all you're working with, but let's continue. So.
And she's Speed Blitzer.
Is that he's
much,
quite literally the fastest character in the entire Naruto verse that we've ever seen.
That's another bullshit right here. That's another bullshit right here.
First, if we just take a look at when Might Guy was using the Evening Elephant Barrage against Madara, we can see that Madara was really struggling to keep up with him.
Oh, is that what he said? He said out of everybody?
Yeah, he said, go back, bro. Go back. Fucking what? Yeah, like...
First, if we just take a look at... It's not all. The biggest deal with 8 Gates Guy is that he is quite literally the fastest character in the entire Naruto verse that we've ever seen.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker bugging. He's on crack. Yeah, I remember. See, this is where how far I got. I got like kind of this far, and I remember like when he said that, Six started dying laughing.
And also like he said he said we have ever seen that this video
that means
is 2 months ago, right?
Yeah,
this video is 2 months old, so that would imply
he's including
Boruto
everybody,
yeah. Boruto as well. So
yeah, every single fucking person in Boruto, like this motherfucker's on crack.
Bro, I'll say this. The Sakura Hiden novel. It's like stated that. Yeah, it's stated there that she trained to a degree that she fucking reached the speed of 8 Gates Guy in base.
Damn.
So like no, no, and that's Sakura. We have
that's blatant. That's blatant, concrete, definitive evidence that DYGOKNIGHT wants to ignore. By the way, So
yeah, like. No, just fucking no, and that's in base. We have 100 healings.
Yeah, that's not even 100 healings.
Maybe it doesn't make you faster, but like still, it doesn't really matter. Like Sakura is like when she's like what, like 20 is like 8 Gate Guy speed in base.
Yeah, and imagine as more time progresses, she gets stronger. Everybody else gets stronger as well. That would also include Naruto and Sasuke, etc., etc. Those people are getting more stronger. So overall, all this bullshit goes out the window. So
yeah, and then you can even include the Otsutsukis too, Momo, Ishiki.
Yep.
Like they're on that level. Ishiki is above, so he's even faster. So there's no fucking.
Yeah, only Baryon mode Naruto could fuck with Ishiki. So
yeah, only Baryon mode Naruto is stronger and faster.
Yeah,
and even still, like Ishiki was getting fucked, but he did not die.
Exactly.
That's very impressive.
No matter what. At the end of the day, all this shit's bullshit. Let's continue.
Yes.
First, if we just take a look at when Might Guy was using the Evening Elephant Barrage against Madara, we can see that Madara was really struggling to keep up with him, and Madara wasn't struggling that much to keep up with 6 Path Sage Mode Naruto running on Sasuke. Now sure, you could say Sasuke cut Madara in half,
yep, that's one
Madara
example.
Wasn't speed blitzed by Sasuke at all because he noticed Sasuke coming from
him. Okay, that's not true. So, definition of a speed blitz, okay, all because you can react with perception and be able to see or look or realize somebody's coming. If you're still not able to react and defend yourself, that is still considered a speed blitz. Okay, Kakuzu is a prime example. He was able to turn his head and see Naruto coming, but he couldn't react in time. That's a speed blitz. Okay, there's many fucking examples, and the reason why that is the case is because in just one example, OG Naruto, there are plenty of people that are getting attacked from behind, they realize, turn the head, and they can still react accordingly. So yes, that is a fucking speed blitz. Okay? One example, Spider-Man dude from the Sound 4. He gets attacked from behind, he turns his head, he immediately blocks Naruto's punch. You have Shikamaru and Shippuden. Gets attacked from behind, blocks Kakuzu's punch, starts running away from him. I can go on and on and on of how many examples there are, but that's not a fucking excuse. I don't want to hear that shit. That is a speed blitz. He literally said Sasuke is fast. Sasuke runs up, couldn't react in time, gets cut in half. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And then Naruto is over here pressing him in base and Sage mode. They both press him further. They both giving him a run for his money. Okay, like, that's just blatantly bullshit. So,
not only that, but when Naruto appears, like, when he comes there, he just, like, pushes Madara very hard. He's about to get fucked.
Yeah.
He's about to get fucked. He says it himself, like, oh, no, this is bad. And it's...
Man's on track.
Yeah, like, before that, he has...
Yeah. A base Sage Manar, with the Lava Rising Shuriken. He's, like, fucking pissing and shit in his pants. He's like, this is bad. When you say this is bad, that means, like, oh, shit, like, I could actually be taken down right now. Like, what do I do, you know? And then further establish that notion, okay, Madara even questions and says, is it because I haven't fully recovered? Then he's like, no, that's not the case. He is just so much stronger. So, like, Madara just admits that these guys are getting way stronger and, you know, obviously in a similar level to the 8th Gate guy, but they, you know, surpass it, basically. And, like, no, that's just not the case. So you can't use, you know, Madara was injured or still recovering as an excuse, because even Madara dismisses that. So thank God for Kishimoto put that in there. You can't, you know, say that, oh, like, there's no feats or anything to support. There's plenty of feats. It's all in there. So no matter what, okay, to just sit here and think, like, oh, you know, like, Madara wasn't having a hard time, or to say the bullshit-ass statement that Mr. D-Man, I'm just going to call him Mr. D-Man, because I don't have patience to call him by his full name, and he doesn't deserve to be called by his full name if he keeps making up fucking trash content like this. But either way, what's it called? Like, it's just not an excuse. Like, I don't want to hear it, and that's just basically what you're working with. I'm pulling up the chapters right now real quick, because I just wanted to show you guys, but overall, like, this is all just cuckoo for Cocoa Puff shit, so... okay, so we have this. Remember all that. Okay.
This is after that, right?
Yeah, this is after, so I gotta go back. This is where we're starting to get to the juicy shit. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So right here, we all know how this went. Like, he kicks the fucking thing away. He, like, charges at full speed, slams him into a wall. Right here, what I was saying, he's like healing it. He's like, no, his power is suddenly grown, so that's out the window as well. And then does this. Look at that, he's fucking freaking out. He's like, this is bad. Like, mind you, he didn't get like this with fucking Guy or anything.
Yeah,
like, he's freaking out with this man. Limbo. And base. Yeah, and then he immediately uses Limbo. Never does that with Guy as well. That's further evidence that Naruto is surpassing 8th Gate Guy. Okay, Naruto dodges it because of his sensory. He's like, that's some crazy bullshit. He gets hit by the Rising Lava Shuriken, okay? And then, like, he tanks that shit, which is insane. Cuts the entire Divine Tree away. He realizes that, like, if he keeps going at this rate, he's going to get defeated by base Sage Naruto alone. Then he's like, alright, I'm going to take the fucking tree. Kaguya spoke to him to, you know, convince him as well. But either way, regardless, like, he absorbs the Divine Tree, which is an amp in a sense. We don't know the quantification, but we do know it makes him stronger in a sense. And if you analyze everything with the Divine Tree, it's like it has like fucking chakra, you name it, etc., you know? So, like, just to sit here and say that it doesn't, that's just completely dishonest. And then now he basically feels way more confident, you know? Like, look at him. Look how his attitude's changed. You know what I mean? So, like, just to sit here and think that, like, he's not, you know, not confident anymore or hasn't gotten strong. Like, you're only going to get confident if you think now you're more powerful. And even right here just proves that as well. It's like, you cannot take me down. I'm essentially immortal now. I've obtained eternity. He says that right after he absorbs the tree. And he's like, you idiot. And then Naruto's like, gets serious. He goes KCM. So that shows that, like, he clearly got stronger with one Rinnegan. Now Naruto goes to his KCM form because he has to, because of Madara's power and everything. Sasuke's here now. They both are teaming up against him. Now he's fighting both of them at the same time. Like, there's just so much evidence that he clearly got way stronger from the Divine Tree. And then it's like, this is the final battle, blah, blah. He's like, my powers versus yours. Let's see who wins and settles once and for all. You know, and he even says, like, the powers that they have. He's like, however, I've got both those powers together, you know, remember that, and, you know, etc. And then it basically just goes from there. So, like, and literally, this is a stronger Madara. He's contending against both of these people. okay? You know, and he's like, no, it's not that he moved. You know, he's analyzing their abilities, whatever. Naruto's reacting. So they're clearly equal to each other, and they're basically just using abilities and whatnot. And eventually, mind you, a stronger Madara who's also spamming Limbo as well, okay? Things keep going, whatever, etc., etc. And then basically, eventually, they get the upper hand to where they're able to seal. Well, no, they don't seal. They use like their teleporting combo. They get Madara. They basically take care of him. He uses a Limbo substitution. We all know what substitution is. It's kind of like a Speed Blitz feat in a sense. And then basically, he goes, Speed Blitz Kakashi, takes his fucking eye. And then after that, this is when Sasuke runs at full speed. It's like Sasuke sure is quick, clearly correlating to speed, gets his body cut in half. Remind you, Guy over here was only able to like cut like a little bit of half of his body. Him, he does like one Shidori fucking strike in base, no Susanoo, no nothing, and just cuts right through him like fucking butter, bro. And then he Kamui's away, okay? And then that's when he goes to get the other Rinnegan. So, like, think about this. This motherfucker literally took Akashi's eye just to Kamui and then get the other Rinnegan because he knows if he kept fighting Naruto and Sasuke, he would have lost. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, come on. Like, all this evidence, bro. And eventually, you know, like, even Obito says here, with ocular powers, only with both eyes together can their full power be unleashed, proving that he does get more powerful. Even this one eye's chakra and ocular powers is so strong that I started losing myself. Yet I, who am not the original owner, was able to accomplish this much with just one. So yes, you know, getting another Rinnegan goes a long fucking way. And that's what Madara does. And then it continues from there. So with him saying they did fucking nothing, this man is on crack. Like, he's absolutely bullshitting. And I just showed you guys the whole fucking manga. There's no way that's the case at all. So, do you have anything to add to that, Loke, or no?
Well, the only thing I'm at is just like it's a bunch of bullshit. It's
What's
a
up,
bunch
Ken?
of
Welcome.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Madara was getting fucked by base 6-paths Naruto.
Yeah.
In that fucking like
The one he's even comparing to Guy, yeah. You know?
Yeah, in that instance he was just getting fucked, right? So he then like Naruto took Guy and like basically ran off with him to like put him to Lee and the others and came back. Meanwhile, Madara fucked on the ground, stood up and absorbed the God Tree.
Yeah.
Got stronger, and then he took him like he waited for Naruto there. Sasuke came as well, and he fought them like he decided to fight them both. And they were kind of relative and shit. As it's shown, you can see that shit.
Yeah.
They're using abilities, like feeling one another, and you know, all that shit. And then he goes to get the second Rinnegan when they keep pressing him, and he even gets his body cut in half by Sasuke.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear any of that shit. It's like, oh, Madara just let him do that.
Shit.
I don't give a
You know what
shit
that means,
if
bro?
he let him do that.
That means Sasuke's Shidori fucking sword has the same AP as a Rising on Lava Shuriken, bro. In 6-path Sage Mode KCM2 Naruto. That's insane. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, I'm telling you right now, like, no, it's a bunch of bullshit. So, I don't want to fucking hear it. And then, mind you, Sasuke did that feat with an arguably stronger Madara than the one compared to the one that fought Guy because he absorbed the Divine Tree. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, so like, no matter what, like, it's just, come on. Like, we're over here just being ridiculous if we really believe Madara didn't have a fucking hard time. Like, he was literally forced to continue to get stronger and stronger. He's forced to get the Divine Tree. Forced to go get the other Rinnegan. I don't want to hear it. So, let's continue.
But I'll say this. If you think this is a bunch of bullshit, just wait.
No, I know.
So he didn't seem desperate at all fighting against Naruto and Sasuke, and when he was being pummeled by the Evening Elephant, Madara was having a very rough time. We can very clearly see that 8 Gates guy clearly surpasses Naruto and Sasuke in terms of speed.
Bruh.
And then, obviously, when he uses the Night guy, his final attack, he literally bends space-time.
Once again, guys, with everything I just showed and what we said, that's not the case at all. So, we ready to debunk that bullshit.
Speed, and nobody has ever done that before or after.
Puppies! What the fuck?
Guy. So
what I'll say this real quick, just to make this debunked instantaneously, so we're not spending all day every day on this, because I've already given my words in this many times in other videos. So the reason why this doesn't work, because once again, basically this type of mentality, that means, so if we take this same mentality into consideration, that means when Rock Lee pulled all his feats in the gates and everything with 5th gate, blah, blah, etc., that means since he was the only one to show those feats and the only one to, you know, have all these statements and whatnot, yada, 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 that means he's faster than Kakashi, that means he's faster than fucking, you know, everybody basically there, because nobody has replicate the same feats or has had the same fucking statements, etc., etc., and that's completely dishonest. We obviously know Kakashi, Guy, etc., people like that in that caliber would fucking destroy that Lee, so it's just not the case at all. It's blatantly bullshit, and that also basically goes into consideration with Guy, to where since he's the only one that has a statement that he's able to bend space, blah, blah, do this, whatever, yada, yada, okay, since Naruto and Sasuke are replicating the same feats in base, remind you, not even Naruto without a cloak either, just in Sage Mode and base, okay, and they're replicating those feats of damaging him, technically damaging him even better, okay, speed blitzing, etc., you could argue and obviously say the same that they could also bend space, because once again, if they're within that similar scaling and whatnot, and gap and everything, and even surpassing that guy as well, why wouldn't they be able to do it? Because all he's really doing is he's just moving with so much force and velocity and everything that he can bend space. It is impressive, but it doesn't mean other characters can't replicate the same feat, even if they don't show to do it. And most importantly, they had no reason to do that, because they can literally just cut through anything he does. Naruto can touch the fucking black orbs. Sasuke can just pierce right through that shit or teleport and land a blow on him. They have no reason to do that. You know what I mean? And then most importantly, okay, they have tons of feats and then even further statements to prove that they are on a whole other level. You know, they even have their final forms. They fight against Kage, who's more powerful than this Madara. So it just doesn't make any sense to say that Guy is the fastest because he can bend space. That just doesn't work. That means anybody in Boruto also is way weaker than 8th Gate Guy, and that is blatantly bullshit. Just like the novel reference that Loke gave, to where Sakura already reached 8th Gate's level in power in Boruto, or in speed, the novels, in speed. Okay.
And it's not in Boruto even, it's before.
Yeah, not
in
like Boruto, and before, that's like, so right after the war arc and whatnot. So like, then imagine in Boruto, you know what I mean, and then imagine her doing like 100 ceilings, you know, heals and whatnot. Like, bro, like, you're being extremely dishonest if you really do believe in this bullshit. Like, it's just not the case at all. It's extremely ratty. It's bullshit sophist tactics. And you guys got to understand and just look beyond everything, analyze the context overall, and understand that this is just not the case at all, period. Everybody also gets stronger as well. So that means Naruto and Sasuke, even around the Boruto time and everything, are way beyond all of this. And especially even people like Jigen, Ishiki, etc., etc. Like, it's just crazy. If we're really going to sit here and think 8th Gate Guy can fuck with anybody, even in Boruto, like, you're just on drugs. You would never win this in a debate. I'll say that right now as well. It doesn't matter how good you are. You would never, ever be able to prove this either. And most importantly, as a scaling video, it's just laughable and it's a joke. That's just basically what you're working with. So... but we'll keep this going and keep going from there. Ken said it does not say space-time, just space. And that as well, too, yeah. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about space-time or all this other bullshit, yada, yada. Like, it just says he's bending space. Okay? And then, literally, like, if you Google, okay, like, how can you bend space, okay? Okay, it says it's currently no way for humans to bend space and time on their own. However, scientists have found that space and time can be bent by the presence of massive objects. For an example, the Earth bends the fabric of space and time around due to its massive size. This phenomenon is known as gravitational lensing. Okay?
Yeah, like I always tell Gil, it's mass, not speed.
Yeah.
Like black holes, for example, right? I'll
black holes can do the same thing.
I know about this shit.
It's the force of gravity.
Since they're the heaviest objects in the universe, right? They bend space constantly and time and shit. Like, it's literally fucking, like, we can understand that shit, like, through science. That's how fucking incredible it is, right?
Yeah.
And some of them don't move at all. There is no movement.
Yeah.
As far as we know. So there's no fucking way that's speed. So
exactly.
it's just mass. The mass is important, not the fucking speed.
Yeah. And black holes, bend space. You guys already know this. I'm putting this in here for you as well. Are massive pits of gravity that bend space-time because they're incredibly dense centers and singularities. So the sun can bend space, black holes, Earth can bend space, you name it, etc., etc. So once again, like, that's just basically what you guys are working with, okay? So, like, it's, like I said, it's not solely based on speed. It's not solely based on the fact that, like, oh, you know, this and that. It's just, it's literally what we're just showing right here. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing that serious. And once again, even if we were to steelman that and grant that to Guy, you could still argue the same for Naruto and Sasuke to be able to replicate the feat since they scale over, okay? Or whether if you think they just scale relative, I don't care. All right, and then especially for Boruto characters, they're just way beyond, so they would also be able to do these type of feats as well, or even maybe even greater. So no matter what, like, it's just, it is what it is. Not that serious, but let's get back to the video and get this crap keep going.
Yes, he is the fastest character, and if you include the Night Guy, he is absolutely the fastest character because he is bending space.
Yeah!
And granted, Madara is able to see that happening, but he can't do much more than that. So yeah, my guy is way faster than
Shit, Rock Lee should have won 8th gate at this point then to fight up, you know, to fuck up Ishiki, you know? Shit, technically, even Guy should have just won 8th gate again and, you know, try to fight Ishiki. And my motherfucker's still being sent on the S-rank missions in Boruto anime, you know? But
it's very easy to see
what do I know?
by his sheer speed that he shows bending space-time. So if you want to argue about that, you're simply wrong. But who would be able to survive a fight against him? Well, that's what we're gonna find out here. First, let's get the easy ones out of the way. Obviously, every Edo Tensei would be able to survive a fight against Guy, but
yeah, no
honestly,
shit.
they're already dead, so it's not as much surviving, but just staying on the battlefield. Though these are not very fair fights because the Edo Tensei can regenerate from anything.
Bro, Edo Tensei are so strong, if you don't even have sealing jutsu, you lose. That's how fucking busted they are. So
essentially, you need a sealing jutsu to deal with him, and obviously Guy doesn't have that. He only has taijutsu, so we're only pitting Guy against alive characters. So yeah, Edo Tenseis would beat Guy simply because they can withstand every single attack and regenerate.
Yeah, they would just outlast him, not beat him.
Yeah. Now let's move on to the other very obvious character, which is Jubidara. And I don't really have to scale or do anything with Jubidara here because we quite literally saw them fighting, and Jubidara won, even though Guy had help. So yeah, Jubidara beats 8th gate Guy. And now let's get to the other characters that are not so clear-cut, starting from the strongest and we're going to the weakest ones. Naruto and Sasuke. Obviously, I'm talking about Naruto with the Sage of Six Paths and Sasuke with the Rinnegan. And these are two very comparable characters because they're essentially the same power level. Starting off with Naruto.
Oh yeah, hold up. He just contradicted himself. How the fuck are you gonna say they're the same power level, but then say Guy is the strongest and fastest person out of anybody? How the fuck does that make sense?
Doesn't.
But alright, thanks for contradicting yourself and conceding your scaling already. Alright.
Naruto, he is definitely slower than Might Guy, but he isn't slow. I mean, he can create thousands of clones to be distractions against Might Guy, and Guy may not know exactly who he should attack. That's exactly what Naruto did against Kaguya, and
so I just want to throw this in. Naruto is not fucking slower than Guy. Naruto is not fucking slower. We only explained that shit. It's a bunch of
Now, this doesn't even work. Like, alright, let's say we grant everything he's saying so far. This actually doesn't even work either. Because, once again, if we take what he said before, if Guy is vastly so much more faster, etc., he would basically just speed blitz all these fucking clones and then get to the original user and he's dead. So that doesn't make any sense. So for him to say that Naruto just counters because of all his shadow clones, blah, blah, that, no. That doesn't work. The only way that can be effective and work as a strategy is if you're either relative to Naruto or, you know what I mean, or if you're equal to Naruto, but if, you know, or a little bit faster. But if you're drastically faster, like he is basically claiming for Guy, even this would be redundant. That would not work. We've seen that countless of times. Better yet, Bone Man is a prime example. Okay? Didn't matter how many fucking clones he had. Okay? So, no matter what, that's just blatantly not true at all. That's blatantly bullshit, and this is just dumb. Like, Naruto, by his logic, that would not work. So,
I mean, Kimimaro was not, like, speed blitzing in them either, but he was just fucking them up.
Yeah, exactly, but that's what proves the whole point. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, they were clearly relative to each other, and Kimimaro was just fucking destroying them all, you know? So if we take what he said, Guy is so much faster, that's even worse. You know? So that's like Kimimaro being like 100 times faster than that Kyuubi Naruto, you know? So
yeah, like the whole fucking clone thing, right? If do you think Guy can do that shit? If like Kaguya can do that shit to Naruto's
exactly,
clones,
and that too. You know what I mean? Like no,
and one shot.
Yeah,
like speed immediately. Like she was one shot,
like,
right? She did not speed with them like all of them right away. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so difficult for her and Zetsu to find the original and kill him.
Yeah, like overall, in simplicity, it's like Naruto would win this fight, but it's not because of all this bullshit he's saying. He would just win because he just outscales him. Or let's say you think they're still on equal footing or whatever, some weird shit. Okay, if he does this technique, Guy's fucked. There's nothing he can do, bro. It's gonna be some Kakuzu shit all over again, you know? So, or fucking like what happened to Gaara, the V2 Gaara and shit, you name it. Like, no matter what, you know, or be fucking Mitsuki, the guy, the Ruka's friend. It's saying that's literally what would happen if a guy was in fucking in this scenario. So
well, that's Mizuki. That's Mizuki.
Yeah, Mizuki, whatever the fuck his name is. So like overall, like it's just this is just stupid. This is really dumb. So what Naruto would win. But not how he's explaining in the why. That doesn't make any sense. And for a guy that scales Naruto and has more subscribers than 6, you would think he would understand that. And most importantly, like that's just fucking common sense. Like if you've seen Naruto from OG all the way to Shippuden, how the fuck do you even mess that up? Like this is crazy. So
worked out even.
And Neji's also another prime example. Naruto summoned like fucking hundreds of clones, and that motherfucker dealt with all of them no diff. Okay.
Kage is way dumber than Guy. But if Naruto creates enough shadow clones to distract Guy while he is in the 8th gate, it's very possible that Guy will simply run out of steam before the real Naruto is hit by the 8th gate attacks, which seems to be a pretty decent strategy after all.
Yeah, so his claim overall is just Naruto outlasting. That's bullshit. No.
Clone jutsu is the go-to jutsu that Naruto always uses for every single situation. I don't see it being different here. So yeah, it's very possible that Guy's just gonna run out of the 8th gate before striking the real Naruto.
Not even 5 minutes in, and
what if Guy actually finds out who the real
look at this, bro. Like, he's over here fighting against Kaguya, bro. She's doing, like, her infinite punch shit, and he's just, like, going towards it, and you name it, blah, blah. Like, come on, bro. Like, Guy would never be doing this shit.
Whiz amidst the thousands of shadow clones and manages to strike him. Guy wouldn't have as much trouble striking.
Oh my god, these fucking ads.
Naruto because Madara was using the truth-seeking orbs as an omnidirectional shield in the fight against Guy, so that Guy couldn't actually touch Madara directly. He had to use the evening elephant to punch Madara literally with compressed air, because if he touches the truth-seeking orbs, his hands are simply gonna disintegrate. Now yes, Naruto also had the truth-seeking orbs, but he didn't know exactly how to use them. He used the truth-seeking orbs a couple of times during the war, in the fight against Jubidara, using that staff, and then against Sasuke when he used it to deflect some like... Susanoo arrows.
Okay, so that's also...
no proficiency.
That's not correct. Naruto can use the truth-seeking orbs like how Madara uses it to a degree. So once again, this motherfucker is already saying bullshit. So I'll show that. Like I said,
it's baseless. It's baseless because we fucking know that he can do it, right? And on top of that,
like how does he show? Bro, this motherfucker shows him using like throwing the orbs, but he doesn't show like anything else to fucking immediately debunk what the fuck he just said. Like this man is a clown. I'll show it right now for you guys. That is not true. Right here. Look at that. Look at that shit. He gave it to fucking Sasuke so he can fly. He can clearly use the orbs in extended shape and whatnot, etc. So that's not true.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? He knows how to use them. And he saw Madara using them. So...
like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, this man is on crack. What is he talking about?
The truth-seeking arms,
it's also arguing from ignorance.
The same type of shield.
Yeah, so that is. Yeah, that's another. Even if Naruto, let's say, even if that Naruto didn't have that feat, which we just immediately debunked him, but let's say Naruto did not even have that feat either. That's an argument of ignorance. You can never be able to prove that, and for all we know, he could do it. You know what I mean? Because he's seen Guy, he has the same power as Madara. Madara states that verbatim. There's just way more evidence to support the possibility that he could. It's an argument of ignorance. That doesn't fucking work.
to punch Naruto and
Yeah, because he
maybe
has that
even
shit,
use
and you
the
can say,
Night
oh, he
Guy.
did not use it in particularly this way, like to create a shield or an orb around him. Therefore, he can't.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's bullshit. Like, fuck that.
Which, yes, you have to charge the Night Guy and take that weird stance.
That's another thing about God. He has to charge this shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm equal. I have no bias no matter what. Like, I'm the first one to be in Guy and Lee's shoes, because I feel like a lot of people downplay them as well or really disrespect them. But same shit like when Sasuke first had the fucking Chidori in the final training games. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker had to charge up his Chidori too when he first acquired it. I don't care. Same shit for fucking Guy. He also has to charge that shit up. He's not going to have the time to charge it up if he's fighting fucking Naruto or Sasuke. He's not doing that. So Night Guy would also be out of the equation. Or, if Sasuke really wanted to be an asshole, okay, he could literally just let him do that, let him charge it up, and then he could just teleport and dodge it. And then he dies. Like,
he can just switch with him, and he just
literally
bumps into something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so no matter what, this does not matter. This doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. The only thing that this has is incredible AP value, but the speed is slower than even the Sekizo Barrage. So it's nothing crazy. The speed is poop.
Yeah,
Madara was able to react to
it. I mean, Guy's pretty fast. If Guy is
Madara
able
wasn't
to
even
locate
trying.
the
Yeah.
real Naruto, his best option would definitely be to use the Kurama avatar to provide him some additional cover, but even still, if Guy hits Naruto with a Night Guy, Naruto is done.
He would have hit Naruto. Naruto would just dodge it with his sensory. If
Even if he
Naruto
hits
can
him-
dodge limbos, he can dodge that shit. And if Madara can react, and he was stronger than Madara, he could react too, and he could definitely dodge it.
Yeah, but even if he hits him, like he makes it look like, yeah, like you said, like Naruto is just dead. No, because dead Naruto is stronger, right? And even if you want to grant it, right? Not like I don't know about Sasuke, right? You can argue Sasuke gets fucked if he gets hit.
Yeah,
But
Sasuke always had
Naruto,
shit durability.
We know that Naruto has like
He does have increased durability. Yeah, he like even
and
in
also,
KCM2 and
he
like
has the healing. He has,
KCM2 and
broken
base, he was able to literally smack away tail beast bombs like they're tennis balls. So like yeah, his durability is no fucking joke. Not even Madara or Hashirama could do that shit. Well, Hashirama had to use wood style, but what I'm saying is with their bodies, nobody can replicate that except for KCM2 Naruto. So no matter what, like that's just blatantly bullshit. And then like Loke said, he also has the most insane healing regen. The motherfucker can heal a lung and a big ass hole in his body in OG Naruto as a kid with QB chakra. Imagine him with 6 pass a fucking, fucking 9-tails chakra. Like, it would be even beyond that. So even if Naruto did get hit and he does get hurt, which I'll say this, we don't really know. Maybe Naruto does. Maybe he either tanks it or let's say he does get hurt. Naruto just regens and he's fine. Simple. Same shit like Madara. So that's the whole problem with fucking Tail Beast. The regeneration is insane. It's broken. That's why Gaara was such a bad opponent for Lee as well. That's why, people that have a Tail Beast can be also really bad for opponents that have to rely on double-edged sword techniques. You know what I mean? So no matter what, like that just doesn't work either.
Even a normal barrage.
Madara healed, right? And you would be like, okay, but Madara is a 10,000 Shuriki, right? Which Naruto, like this doesn't work for you. Because Naruto is a pseudo 10,000 Shuriki. Because he has all of them, right? But even then, we have the fact that Naruto, we just know that he has insane healing. So
yeah,
even
like he does have crazy healing. Like,
and
the only reason why, like,
he's above Guy.
Like the only way you can really counter that technically is that then people be like, okay, then why didn't he heal his arm when he lost it? So you have that. That is a little weird, but like I said, whether if you think there's limits or not, okay, there's a certain amount of value that he would be able to regen, and he just wouldn't die. That's basically all I'm saying. He would not die from that. So regardless if you think he'll still be missing an arm or a leg, whatever, I don't care. But he wouldn't die, and overall that means he still wins, and there you go, GG. So and once again, that's being generous and granting a lot of things, but so.
Yeah, I mean the hand thing is weird because like Sakura did it.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't know, in the same novel, she fights like a pseudo Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, and he
Really?
cuts his, he cuts her hand off, and she just regens all that shit.
What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. That's weird. Like, what the fuck? If that bitch can fucking do it, and Hashirama can do shit like that, why the fuck does he not? And we know his nine-tail. Like, bro, if a kid Naruto with QB chakra, not even 6 past stage with no nothing, can do that shit and regenerate an entire lung and a hole in your body, why the fuck can he not regenerate his arm? Like, in my opinion, that's just an inconsistency. That doesn't make any fucking sense or a retcon. I don't fucking know. So, overall...
Technically, if you want to go that route, we know that Naruto is Hashirama cells, so he should have wood style on top of his shit, but...
Yeah.
And he's definitely strong enough to, like...
Well, not at that point. Not in the war arc, he doesn't.
No, not in the war arc,
Yeah.
but when
in
he gets
Boruto,
the hand.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
And that too, you know, so it's like, I don't know, like, that shit's just weird. But either way, it is what it is. You know, I don't know where the writing went there, I'll say that. But we'll get back to the...
Sakura basically put up a fucking Orochimaru, because Orochimaru does that shit too in
Yeah.
Boruto. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like a fucking anime canon episode.
Yeah, he
Just
fucking healed his entire body. He got cut in half and healed it.
Yeah, he healed his arm in that episode, like in
Yeah.
a fucking second. He got his arm cut off and he just healed that shit immediately.
Yeah. Like, Itachi cut his arm and then he heals it, yeah. You know.
Yeah, and Sakura did that shit too. So
Yeah, overall, like, I don't know, that's just weird. You know, so you could technically you could argue that he still could regenerate by like actual objective evidence, etc., and we just ignore that inconsistency. But either way, like, it's just stupid. But anyways, let's continue, and I'm not gonna pause unless it's something really, really necessary. We're only 6 minutes, and this video is already long as it is, so.
Jutsu punches and kicks would probably do Naruto win, because Naruto's regeneration isn't nearly as good as Jubidawa's, who has literally Hashirama cells and the 10 tails inside of him, which are two things that give you the two best regenerations in the entire series. Now, Naruto can withstand attacks, but the Night Guy is just simply too much. If you look at the damage it did to Jubidawa, then Naruto is unfortunately not.
And then once again, possibility-wise, it's possible that he could tank it, since he does scale over that model. So I think he wouldn't even get hit. So Naruto survives. Good job. Now let's move on to Rinnegan Sasuke. Sasuke is obviously also slower. He was able to tank attacks from fucking Kaguya, bro. He got hit by her.
But the thing is, Sasuke can't really create shadow clones like Naruto can, so he wouldn't be able to distract Guy long enough for Guy not to be able to punch the real Sasuke. He would have to come up with some other strategy. The best thing I see Sasuke doing is using Amenote Jikara to simply teleport.
Okay, so at least he agrees with that. Okay.
Out of the way, because Sasuke would be able to see the attacks coming. He would just not be fast enough to dodge them, kind of deal. Just like his fight against Rock Lee back in part 1 was.
Okay, but that doesn't work, because you can't say that works and that's a freebie and saves him, because Sasuke has to activate that. So meaning you have to grant him reaction time. The reason why he got beat up in the Lee fight is because he could see it, but he couldn't react or move. So if by your logic, if Guy is vastly more faster than these people, okay, but now you're saying his teleportation is a win con or whatever, that doesn't work, because once again, even if he can see it, if he can't react, he's fucked. It's the same thing like Minato. Minato has to activate the Flying Raijin. If he wasn't able to react to the Raikage's speed, he would have died. But he had to throw the fucking kunai in the air, okay, teleport away, and then go to stab him in his blind spot. So overall, that doesn't work either. That makes no fucking sense if we go by what he said so far. Now, obviously that wouldn't be the case, because Sasuke scales over and would be able to react, etc., and that's why he would be able to use this jutsu. But with how he's saying and etc., that just doesn't make any fucking sense.
He could see Rock Lee's attacks, but he couldn't just dodge them, so the same thing would apply here, but with Amenote Jikara that would be different. However, Amenote Jikara has a cooldown, so he couldn't do that indefinitely. He would have to use it perfectly.
Motherfucker was spamming that shit.
And
what the fuck are you talking
Sasuke
about?
Uses Amenote Jikara, Guy can just
I'm not showing that, but that's not
Sasuke
true.
in the new location and punch Sasuke, so that wouldn't be the most effective way. It would be just like
never ever does he state verbatim, all my shit has a cooldown. It's not stated in the data books. It's not stated ever in the show and War Arc. It's not stated in Boruto. Like, this man's on crack.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, the
you
funny
could say
thing
maybe
about
Chibaku
this,
Tensei, but I can.
I'll just say this, right? So even when Sasuke is fatigued and his visual prowess is weaker, he can still use this jutsu. He does it against Shin in Boruto. So even when he's weaker and his visual prowess is
he can still do it. Yeah.
Nerfed.
Even when he's nerfed,
Yeah,
So yeah, that's just not true. He does not have a cooldown. Like he's just, I don't know, he's just making shit up now.
See 8 Gates guy easily.
These are the fucking people that have 63,000 fucking subs to make a living. It's ridiculous. It blows my fucking mind.
Chibaku Tensei or even punching the meteor.
Like, where's my fucking subs?
Sasuke Susanoo would be destroyed by the 8 Gates guy power, especially if guy uses the Night guy. So yeah, if Sasuke gets hit by any of Guy's attacks,
no, I don't think it would either.
Dead.
If he bends the space on it, that's an argument you could use. But other than that, like overall, I just think the way it goes, he goes to charge Night guy. He goes, Sasuke charges towards him, does Chidori and Susanoo. Sasuke reacts, kills him, dead. GG's. You know,
bro, he does the Night guy, and Sasuke speed blitzes him before he charges at him.
Bro.
If we go by the scaling
here, his only option would probably be.
And not even if we don't go by that to scale him over, if he's at least just remotely in the similar ballpark, which once again he conceded and said that, even though he said beforehand that guy's way faster and yada yada yada. But either way. If we go by his logic, okay, if Sasuke or Kakashi is relative or equal to someone and they have Chidori and the Sharingan, you're getting beaten. You cannot beat that. So.
Listen, if a stronger Madara can get speed blitz and cut in half by this same Sasuke with Chidori, with Susanoo,
speed blitz,
then guy just gets fucked, bro.
Yeah, and Susanoo is extremely fast. If you analyze the whole Danza fight, etc., it is way more faster than the original user. So that's also stated verbatim and proof. Susanoo is not slow or to the point where you're a fucking Cyclops or whatever, some bullshit. The only way that is a weakness where the Susanoo is slow or whatnot is if your opponent is vastly faster and smaller in comparison. Then you're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, okay? Like Jigen.
Yeah,
like Jigen.
Exactly, like fucking Jigen. But guess what? Guy is not no fucking Jigen. Okay, so that's not happening. You know what I mean? He would would get speed blitz because once again, the Susanoo is basically an amp in a sense. You get faster with your strikes, etc. You name it. That's why Danzo was getting speed blitz over and over by basic attacks. And whenever he did the fucking Susanoo arrow, it was even worse and more of a speed blitz, and he couldn't do anything about it. So
I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm downplaying Guy, but let me ask this, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What stop if we know that Night guy needs to be charged, right? And we know that Sasuke cut Madara in half, while Madara still fucking turned around and tried to do something. Yeah. So what's stopping Sasuke just speed blitzing and cutting fucking Guy's head off before he charges that shit?
No, that's it. There's just so much you can say, and then.
Like I said, it's a speed blitz, bro.
And Sasuke can do substitution. He can make shadow clones as well, etc., etc. He can do Genjutsu as well. He can do Chibaku Tensei. He can do all kinds. He can take your fucking soul. He can do Shinra Tensei. He can do fucking Universal Pull and just fucking throw him away.
This is bad.
This is bad. I don't want to fucking hear it. If anything, this motherfucker could summon the goddamn dog, okay, and have the dog get hit instead. GG's, you know.
Listen.
The dog would survive.
We have the speed blitz thing. We have the Amenote Jikara thing, switching places, right? But what I did not take into an account was the Genjutsu and the Chibaku Tensei. So what the fuck is Guy
and the Lotus
doing?
And the Lotus the Lotus is a singular it's a singular motion technique. And before somebody said, "Oh, well, Sasuke, he can't Genjutsu somebody when they're charging him. He's never done that. That's not true." Blah blah. Well, he did it against fucking Killer B when he was in V1. And when Killer B went in fucking V1, he was drastically more faster and everything. So that's also not fucking true, and I don't want to hear that fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and keep in mind that B was already charging at him full speed, but Guy is standing still charging it. So
exactly. So I'm gonna show that right now for you guys. This way you don't think I'm bullshitting or anything. But mind you, everything I ever fucking say that comes out of my mouth, it's always legit. But regardless, so he says, he goes to his form, whatever. He's like, here it comes, just like that day. 3 Tomo, remind you. Okay, he reacts. Okay, and he's like, he's the first to dodge my 8 tails from Sen's brother. Clearly proven right here with that statement that it's also a speed amp and everything, which you guys should already know that. But anyways, so basically that happens and whatnot. And then what happens? It keeps going. He comes back to strike. Okay, and then right here, look, he's striking at him. Same thing that Guy would be doing with a Lotus technique. Genjutsu, bam, hit him. He can do the same shit to Guy. If he does Rinnegan, Genjutsu, or even Mingekyo with 6 pass, he's fucked. Even 3 Tomo would do the job, okay?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, if Sasuke can just, like, put Sakura in the Rinnegan Genjutsu...
That too, he's a perfect chakra control specialist, and she couldn't even get out of it, yeah, you know?
And not only that, he took the time to do that with Sakura. So don't you think he's gonna do the Rinnegan against Guy, who is charging at him full speed trying to kill him? If he gets that charge off, if we don't go by the speed blitz shit, right?
Like, Sasuke just has so many win cons, it's not even fun. Even if they had equal scaling, or they were relative, or if you go with the correct scaling, he's just over. Sasuke just slams. It's not a fair fight, guys.
And since we are doing everything, I need to mention this too, the Chibaku Tensei, right? Sasuke's is even better. He doesn't have the black hole, so he just points that shit at Guy, and the
Guy would be the hole.
Yeah, the guy would be the center. So like everything would like start to like fucking suck up like into him.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is he doing?
And his activization and his shoot's activization speed would be faster than his Knight Guy as well. So like he would Chibaku Tensei is an instantaneous counter. If anything, Shinra Tensei would also counter it as well. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I mean, like it would. Like it's basically just it can deal with all taijutsu and ninjutsu, you name it. So at the end of the day, like I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. And mind you, this Sasuke, he even used like universal pull. He pulled like Naruto in and then combined it with a Mataratsu, and Naruto had to go to fucking KCM form to counter that technique that he did. So like with all his Rinnegan abilities, you name it, I don't want to fucking hear it. I really don't.
Yeah, and that's if we go by everything.
This man can literally grab him with universal pull, summon a meteor from the sky as well, and just hold him down on the ground with universal pull, and the meteor comes and just slams on him, bro. He could do so much fucking shit. Yeah, like this motherfucker could just do whatever he wants, you know? Like,
I mean, if he can do the meteor, because I know for a fact it's a Rinnegan ability, but it's not a unique one. Like
it's not unique. That's what I'm saying. So theoretically, he should be able to do it.
He should be able to use it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just putting that out there as for comical value. Like that would even be a hilarious fucking win con. So. But
like we said, everything here, right, is like not mandatory. If we go by the scaling, the speed was just happening, and he's getting killed. So
it is simple.
Versus Madara fight that Madara had to.
I actually switched from Chrome to Opera GX a while ago.
Fuck you, Jesus.
Chrome being the absurd resource hog.
Oh, moist.
To grapple the right Kage in order to put him under a Genjutsu. So, Guy is way faster than the right Kage, and granted, Sasuke is way more powerful than that Madara, but the same difference would still apply here. He would have to grapple 8 Gates Guy somehow in order to.
No, he wouldn't have to grab him. Once again, I showed it right here. Is he grappling Killer B? Did he grab him with a Susanoo? No, he did not.
Bro, that's so stupid. Because like we know that's actually stupid. You know why? Because we know B is actually stronger than that Sasuke, right?
Yeah.
But Guy here is weaker than this Sasuke.
Yeah.
So there is no way you can say, oh, he needs to like hold him in place even if.
And he even said that. He admitted that just now. He said that since Sasuke is over that Madara or whatever, blah blah. But nah, it still wouldn't be the case, and you would need to hold him yet. Like that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. So he just fucks him up.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Fast enough to keep up with 8 Gates Guy. So yeah, Sasuke is kicking the bucket here. No way Sasuke surviving this thing, unfortunately. What about DMS Kakashi? When Kakashi awakens, both Mangekyou has the Susanoo.
I swear to God, if he says Guy wins, I'm a loser.
And like Kakashi as well. Well, that was definitely the strongest Kakashi version, but could he survive 8 Gates Guy? Well, everything here depends on how long Kakashi's amp and Guy's amp would last. Because, yes, Kakashi gets much faster with a DMS, but he isn't Guy fast. No, he's not bending space-time. No, he couldn't.
Bro, he speed blitzed Kage multiple times, and it was her strongest form, and she was exponentially stronger. Okay,
let me have it. It's my section. Let me have this shit.
Okay.
So DMS Kakashi is like the fastest character, like the actual fastest character in Shippuden. He speed blitzed Kaguya. in her strongest form with an exponential M and fucked her up. And you know how broken Kamui is. It's just that shit is insane, man.
Yeah.
That shit is insane. And you know how he has the left eye too, right?
Yeah.
And you know how like a common Wincon is just sniping someone's head off with it? You do realize, and like everyone who's watching this, that if you remember, Naruto was charging at full speed at Kaguya, trying to seal her. And that bitch pulled up a portal with her ash-killing bone to, like, kill him.
Yeah.
And Kakashi, while Naruto was charging at full speed at her, because why wouldn't he be going at full speed? And Kaguya was trying her best to prevent it. Kakashi sniped that portal off with the left eye.
Yep.
That shit is insane.
Like right here,
that's another speed feat.
I'm just showing it. He does Kamui Shuriken. Literally, Speed Blitz is her strongest form. Okay, we know whenever you go in these type of crazy forms, whatnot, you do get faster as well. The 10 Tails is a prime example. Okay, and literally, he's like, just like that. You know, hands the arc powers, blah blah. Also, quick note: Kamui also been space with just his eyes. Just FYI. Anyways, what's it called? So you know, all that happens and whatnot. Then it says right here. Mother's exclusive domain where she can yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Okay, yada yada yada. Just further stuff. I could have sworn it was there. Wait, wasn't it here though? Wait. No.
Oh, it's later. It's later.
Okay, it's later. So, and it keeps going from here. So they're talking, whatever, and then basically, she does attacks. He's like fast, whatever. Okay. Yeah. And then basically, like, it breaks through the Susanoo, but he could literally phase through her attacks as well. Like, he literally phases through. And right here, it says, Mother just gained more power. Both her might and speed are now exponentially greater. So she's more powerful than she has ever been compared to her base forms of her fighting. And he's over here fighting toe-to-toe with her and reacting. Goes right through, whatever. Speed blitzes her with a fucking combo.
Goes through her and attacks.
Like, bro, and then right here, he also, like, activates Kamui. She does it, like, she's fucking these guys up, right? Then she does, things. Yep, there's the portal. And then it's about to hit the other person, like, right here. Look how fucking close it is.
Naruto.
Yeah, it's about to hit him and everything. And he activates, uses Kamui while falling. Okay, activates, looks, deals with that, takes away her dimension and the bone. Both of them, remind you. Okay. And then literally now she's completely fucked. And then she tries to fly up, and then we know what happens here. Sakura comes, whatever, bam, punches her.
Snaps her horn.
They get fucking horn. And fucking snaps her horn. Like, you can literally see it here, right there. Okay?
Yeah,
and,
so
and Kasha's like, what a great picture, and bam, bada boom, and she gets sealed. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Bruh, this Sakura is definitely fucking up Madara. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
and it's just, on the side note, but let's go back to DMS Kakashi. The fucking portal shit is insane. That's jutsu activation, whatever. The speed blitz thing, that's the insane speed feat, right?
Yeah.
Because he like goes through her with Kamui. That's another thing. It's almost as if DMS Kakashi, like, this is the only exception to the rule because how fucking broken he is. Yeah. He can attack you, but you cannot attack him.
Exactly.
That shit is fucking broken, bro. Like that even like how
it makes his Raikiri, it makes his Raikiri and Sharingan combination even more broken because that was already broken to where if you scaled equally or relative, then they're still gonna win. You know what I mean? Because they can perceive and know what you're gonna do and counter effectively. So now add Kamui to the mix, you're just completely fucked. You're not winning in an exchange.
Yeah, and like all Kakashi has to do, we know that Kamui can go for like 5 minutes straight, right?
And look at this. Look at this. She bodies Sasuke Susanoo. Now, weaker former, mind you. Bodies him. He gets sent flying, whatever. Okay.
Even though he hit her. Hit her.
And then Naruto's like trying to, help, whatever. Throws all these crazy fucking Rising Shurikens, which is so fucking cool. I totally forgot about that. And then, Sasuke's getting overwhelmed by the explosion and force. And then basically, like, she tanks that, remind you. So, like, she got hit by all of these. And she just tanked this shit. Look at that. Fucking tanked it. You know what I mean? And she's like, okay. Then now, like, this starts happening, whatever, her form. She starts going, whatever. Yada, yada, yada. She literally speed blitzes Naruto's clone, remind you. Okay, and they literally say if it'll absorb you instantaneously, so meaning if it touches them, they're dead. Sakura's literally about to die. She would have died here actually, because they wouldn't have been fast enough to save her. Oh, would you look at that? He's using the orbs again. Anyways.
Yeah, and Kakashi just appears out of nowhere, fucking speed blitzes
and reacts and saves her. Like, watch. Like, he's like, Sasuke, he's saying to use your teleportation, remind you. So Kakashi's Susanoo speed is faster than his fucking teleportation activation ability, which he was going to use. You can see it right here. That's insane, dude. And literally Kakashi grabbed her, and he's like, yes, Sasuke, good job. He's like, whatever, blah, blah. Flies up and whatnot. And then bam, he's like right here. So no matter what, this Kakashi slams these two and slams Kage. Which he literally does. I just don't want to hear
it. It's just so broken. And at the very least, the only thing he has to do, guy charges that. Like, let's say he doesn't want to tag him or anything. He would just speed blitz his ass to the ground. But let's say you don't want to do that. Let's say you want to be the pettiest bitch you can ever be. The only thing he has to do is activate the right eye, and it goes right through him.
And just snipe him too. Yeah, he could just snipe him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to fight
that's
him.
the left eye, but the right eye.
Yeah.
He just, like, it goes through him, and he's fucked. That's it. It doesn't, nothing happens. And like I said,
any of his abilities, his ninjutsu, his shuriken, you name it, all have Kamui now.
Yeah, like, that shit is fucking broken. And like I said, he can attack you based on the Kaguya shit when he speed was he went through her.
Like, I'll say it to this day.
He can attack you. But
I'll say it to this day.
Him.
If Kakashi had both Kamui, okay, like let's say Obito, instead of him disintegrating, let's say he takes both his eyes out and gives it to Kakashi. He's like, here, I'm about to die, whatever. You would now be Kakashi the Sharingan again. Okay, and then literally now he has both, and like, so meaning like basically he has limited vision because he doesn't have Hashirama cells, so he would have to get Hashirama cells in order to keep it forever. But basically, it would be, you know, he has both MS. Now he can do perfect Susanoo and whatnot. Like, that man would have been a monster. He would have been fucking insane, dude.
Bro, imagine if he, like, somehow the six-patch chakra, like,
that
fuck
too.
that shit
Yeah,
up,
if he had six-patch
right?
chakra too, yeah. Because, it would just be a normal one technically. But it would still be broken, though. Obviously, it wouldn't have, like, the scaling it had. So, you know, that's a whole other thing. But it would still be really broken because he can do literally all his ninjutsu and taijutsu has Kamui now. His Susanoo has Kamui abilities. You know, now he has a perfect Susanoo. Like, he's just a monster.
Like, imagine if the six-patch chakra, right, just, like, fuck that shit up somehow, and it would allow him to, like, turn it on and off, like an Uchiha.
Yeah.
So the chakra would not, like, fuck him up. Bro, he would be a monster. Like, imagine Boruto, he would be broken.
Yeah. So, it is what it is, but let's continue the video. Once again, I'm going to do my very, very best to not stop. Unless it's something absolutely outrageous, I'll say something really quick, but we're going to try to get the video done with now.
Hit guy with a Kamui Shuriken.
I feel like we've done enough and said enough to already debunk this.
Kamui right here, he cannot hit 8 Gates guy with anything. But Kakashi has also the ability to become intangible, which is very useful against taijutsu fighters. I mean, what can you do if Kakashi is intangible? Guy is simply not going to be able to touch him. So he could withstand an 8 Gates barrage very easily just by not doing anything. I mean, you wouldn't even need the Susanoo, really. The Susanoo would just be a very big target for Guy, and yes, Guy could just punch through the Susanoo, but then Kakashi can just phase through his
Bro,
attack,
he said Guy would fucking punch through the fucking Susanoo. That's insane, bro.
But, like, bro, forget about this for a bit. When he said that nothing can, like, that Kakashi does can damage Guy, like I said, it's almost, sarcastically said, is like if Kakashi can hit you, but you can't fucking hit him. So imagine Guy like charging that shit, going full speed, and he just goes through him, and Kakashi like in the middle of that like cuts his head off.
Yep.
With a Raikiri. Bruh. Like what the fuck, man? What does he even do? Like this is the this is actually the job. Like Naruto and Sasuke would be a lot better than this shit. It's like not fair
so
at
it's
all.
essentially a stalemate. The winner is going to be the one who runs out of the amp first, and that would be Kakashi. Now, it's difficult to
so he thinks
quantify
Kakashi
time
loses.
in the
That's
manga,
insane.
especially because obviously the manga is the original version, but Kakashi's amp lasts less in
not
just
true
sheer
either.
page time than Guy's amp. Now, I may be wrong here, and maybe the time
Okay,
Guy's
at least
amp is activated there are more panels per less time, if that makes sense. So I could be wrong here, but...
And the reason why that doesn't work is, I don't remember when exactly, but there's some examples in OG Naruto and Shippuden to where just a couple panels pass and they would actually say like how much time has passed. And it was like a really big amount of time. Like when it comes to panels and whatnot, we have no way to know how much time is passing within here and there. For all we know, it could be seconds, minutes, hours, days. We don't fucking know. So that doesn't mean anything. And unfortunately, Kishimoto never gives any emphasis of the time between the two. We know they have time limits, but we have no idea what the quantification of that is. So we cannot assume that's the case at all. And to count fucking manga panels, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't prove anything. That's just baseless. You don't know. That has no basis behind it, no matter what. So overall, like that's not an effective argument. And then either way, most importantly, like, you know, for all we know, they have the same time or one of the others over and yada yada. But either way, that doesn't even matter because this Kakashi just scales over so much. It's just not even a competition.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because like it's not gonna be like, oh, I need to like outlast him. No, he's just gonna kill him.
And even if that was the case, like fucking like Guy could do all his attacks, but nothing's gonna work, and it would just Kakashi could just phase through and shit. You know, like no matter what, it doesn't matter. Like he's just fucked.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to be the pettiest you can be, and even if Kakashi like scales way below, right? He just activates Kamui, and he cannot do shit.
Yeah,
like he just can't do shit.
Saying.
Like,
he just snipes him.
But there is so much Vincons, the Kamui Raikiri, right? If we go normal scaling, we have the left eye, the portal shit that I mentioned.
Yeah. He has all kinds of conditions, bro.
Kakashi tries to fight against 8 Gates Guy with a DMS, but the DMS runs out in the middle of the fight. And then obviously Kakashi is a sitting duck. He can't do anything without his DMS against 8 Gates Guy. One punch, Kakashi's dead. Could definitely go the other way. I mean, I could see Kakashi lasting longer than Guy, but honestly, Kakashi's amp in the Kaguya fight was very brief. Now let's move to Jubito, and I've made an entire video about this very scenario, 8 Guy versus Jubito, but the TLDR is the following. Yes, Jubito could use the same strategy Madara used, and just create an omnidirectional...
like, not that big.
Oh, he said the amp wasn't big? Yeah, he's smoking shit. Like, the feeds contradict that statement, then. Yeah.
Bruh, what the fuck, man? This man said that the fucking amp in the Kaguya fight wasn't that big. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's retarded.
It's literally the strongest amp in Shippuden, bruh.
Yeah.
And it's the strongest amp in the worst.
Like, this Kakashi would fucking body all the Madaras, too. Every single version combined. So.
Yeah, but this says a lot. It's the strongest amp in the in Shippuden, and it's the second strongest amp, I would say, still to this day. Like only behind fucking Baryon mode in terms of an amp. So, like, what the fuck, man? Please.
Oh, you're not wrong, bro. Yeah.
A shield of truth-seeking orbs around himself that Guy simply cannot touch. However, Jubito is essentially a discount version of Jubidara. Jubito has just the truth-seeking orbs, essentially. He cannot phase through things, so it's much more difficult for him to counter abilities like Guy's. He can only use the truth-seeking orbs, and we can see Madara was struggling a lot to keep up with 8 Gates Guy already, and Madara had a much better speed, reaction time, and everything else than Jubito had. Now, of course, in this fight, Guy wouldn't have help against Jubito, but I'm pretty sure that a barrage of Evening Elephants would be able to crack and eventually destroy the Truth-Seeking Orb shield, because Sasuke and Naruto, without their 6 Paths power-ups, were able to crack the same type of shield in the fight against Jubito. And in the worst case scenario, Guy charges the Night Guy and
Well, I'll say on that, to be fair, that Jubito is like mentally nerfed. He's also like kind of just holding back and playing with them, and he's like extremely conflicted, whether to just go fully through with everything or to stop or whatnot. So that doesn't mean anything. And then not only that, every time he gets serious, he always immediately subdues that Sasuke and Naruto. Like after like that whole scene, he grabs both of them and like bitches them. there's just so much, but like they're not on his level. Like he was moving so fucking fast, where like Naruto's like, wow, he's so fast. Like, I mean, but I can at least track him my sensory abilities and shit, you know. So that's just not true. Jubito was way over those two. But overall, like what I will say, this is even a competition. Like Guy would slam Jubito. Jubito is like not surviving. Like you could argue maybe he could heal from the damage, but if we analyze what he was able to do to Jubi Madara, etc., and we know that Jubi Madara is over Jubito, even Obito states that himself. Like it's come on, you know what I mean? So
Minato states it too.
Yeah, Minato states it actually, not Obito. So like,
yeah,
so overall, like that's just come on. I mean, like Jubito would get fucking folded by this guy. Like he's over here getting tagged by Flying Raijin by Tobirama. He's getting tagged by Naruto with a Rasengan and Sage Mode without 6 paths. And then when he gets serious, like then he uses like his he puts the stuff around his back to defend his blind spots. To where when they try to do that again with KCM2 Sage Mode Avatar Naruto's Massive Rasengan and KCM2 Minato's Avatar Massive Rasengan, like he's able to block both of those attacks. So, and that's obviously way more greater than fucking Sage Mode Naruto and Tobirama, you name it, etc., etc. So overall, like, that's the only fastest reaction time he's ever shown to have. He also is technically able to react to Majestic, Susanoo as well, with Naruto and Sasuke, yada, yada, yada. So he has, like, certain feats, but it's nowhere near to the level like Jubi Madara or fucking 8th Gate Guy and above. So Jubito would get fucked, and he's not surviving a Night Guy. And I swear to God, if that's the direction he's going, he's just tripping. So.
I mean, like, Tobirama was able to tag him, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Tobirama, like, getting slapped by Sage Mode Madara.
Yeah.
Who is like way below fucking Jubidara.
Yeah.
But also, to be fair, that guy wouldn't have help in this fight. And DYGOKNIGHT said that, oh, well, I can see the Sekizo shit, like slapping the True Seeking Orbs, like a couple of those. But to be fair, like Jubito is most likely getting slammed. I'm not saying no, but the True Seeking Orbs, I'll say this. They weren't getting slammed when Jubidara was using them, first off, right? And there is a reason why they wanted to, like, when they were helping Guy, there is a reason why they really wanted to get rid of those. Because it was, like, blocking everything and they couldn't touch it, so... Well, yeah. So that's that. I'm not, like... no, Jubito will most likely still lose, but I'll just say that. Like, if Guy doesn't have... If he does the orb shit with the True Seeking Orbs... you can only, like, argue maybe he would be able to crack it, but if not, he's not doing shit.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything. If he can get rid of that shit. If he hits him, he's dead, most likely. But if he can't, then nothing's happening.
Yeah, so overall, that's basically what you have, but we'll continue this on, but let's see what he says.
Then just tries to run through the Truth-Seeking Orb's shield, which would probably just completely be destroyed with a Night Guy. I mean, it's not really gonna tank that. Even though Guy would just kill himself in the process, he was just gonna die anyway, so that's better than nothing. Yeah, Jubito is not surviving a fight against Guy.
Cool.
Now let's move on to Hashirama Senju. Hashirama has probably the best non-implanted regen in the entire series. Like, his own regeneration is definitely the best. But if Hashirama gets hit by Guy's attacks, he's not surviving, he's not killing all that. No, he's not as powerful as the Ten Tails Madara was. A single Night Guy would cut Hashirama in half, obliterate him into atoms. But that's not the only thing Hashirama could do. He had other things. First, he could create wood clones to serve as distractions.
Come on,
just
bro.
like Naruto.
This man is not reacting to 8th Gate Guy. Like, that's just fucking pissing me off already. Like,
he's below Jubito,
like,
right?
shut the... Exactly. Like, what the fuck are you talking about,
much
bro?
stronger than him because Guy would run in the water.
Hashirama's reacting and making fucking wood clones to avoid Night Guy now? Are you kidding me? He literally admits to be inferior to fucking Jubito when he's an Edo. You know what I mean? And I know it's an Edo, it's not alive, but alive is nowhere near fucking 6-pass scaling either. It's fucking stupid. Like
I said, it's an unstable Jubito too.
Yeah. Like, bro.
And then Hashirama
crazy. Like, I'm not hearing any of this. Like, that shouldn't even be long. That shouldn't even be minutes where that should just be like instantaneous, like dies. Like,
It's
what
gone.
the fuck?
Now let's move on to Tails and all that. And that Madara doesn't do very well. No, he gets pretty badly destroyed by 8 Gates Guy. Guy can just punch through Madara Susanoo. The Nine Tails wouldn't really help him too much because Guy can simply dodge the Nine Tails' attacks and climb up to where Madara is, punching him in the perfect Susanoo and killing him in a punch. Maybe Madara can tank, 1 or 2 Evening Elephants, but it's not gonna last him too much, and the Night Guy would absolutely obliterate alive Madara. And yeah, bear in mind that Guy can essentially fly in the 8th gate because he can punch the air with his feet and use it to walk. It's pretty insane. So yeah, he can reach the heights that Hashirama and Madara are in their Susanoo and statues and all that. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Sakura
Yeah,
Madara
wouldn't be able to do much with him.
If she's stronger.
He was struggling a lot in his Jinchuriki of the Ten-Tail state. He's not surviving this. Now let's move on to another Madara version, the revived Madara with 1 Rinnegan that could use Limbo and that defeated 9 tail beasts in like 10 seconds. A very impressive feat. That Madara has obviously one of the most powerful jutsus in the entire verse, Limbo, which Guy wouldn't be able to see whatsoever.
Bro, are you kidding me?
That is true, but
like,
I mean, he can do shit to
this
Limbo.
isn't even a discussion. Like, I don't give a fuck about this Madara either. I don't care if he has Limbo. Guy he just scales so much over, he just slams him to oblivion. Like he wouldn't even be able to activate Limbo, bro. Like, it's so dumb. Like, the only way he could even land a Limbo is if, like, Guy's charging up a Night Guy or whatever. Then yeah, maybe, sure. But then again, it's like, we don't know. Like, the only AP we have is it kind of just knocking down the tail beast. That's it. Like, which is kind of like basically the same AP level as like a perfect Susanoo that also rivals the Biju. So you have that, but okay, that's nowhere near 6 past fucking level. So even like if Guy maybe got hit by that, he probably could be able to lick his lips from that too. Like, we just don't know. Like, overall, this is just fucking stupid. This is not a match either.
Limbo can punch a tail beast and knock it out very damn casually. If the Limbo
They were not knocked out. They were awake. What the fuck is he talking about? Yo, this man's on crack, bro. He does not read Naruto.
Guy? Well, sure, Guy is extremely powerful in that state, but I don't know how much more powerful his durability gets with the 8th gate. I would imagine his durability actually gets worse because he has to exert just so much effort and he's putting his body under a lot of strain. So I think that, well, Limbo Clone that punches Guy really hard could probably do the job here. Not only that, but the Limbo clones can block anything. When Jubidara was fighting against Team 7 and Sakura amped with her 100 ceilings technique punched Madara with everything she had, the Limbo clone completely tanked it and it...
Okay, this motherfucker, he's the dumbest Naruto skill I've ever seen in my life. It's just sad at this point. The Limbo clone scales to fucking Madara. So if 8th gate Guy scales over that Madara, he scales over the Limbo clone. The Limbo clone wouldn't even be fast enough to react and get in front and fucking block the blow, bro. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, he just gets straight up speed blitz. This man is retarded. He says fucking Jubito loses, all these other people lose, whatever. Like, fucking Jubi Madara, like, he at least gave that because of the regen, whatnot. But if Jubi Madara couldn't even fucking do anything to stop Night Guy, arguably he could probably use Limbo and that would have just done the trick. But like, if any of his base stats, you name it, blah blah, and you name it, couldn't do anything, you really think fucking alive Madara is doing something like that? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's just crazy.
No. Like, since the Limbo scales to the version of Madara, right?
Yeah.
So Madara was able to block Sakura here, but he would not be able to block Night Guy alive, right? And he most likely would not be able to block the late Warwick Sakura.
No, it's just fucking stupid. Like,
yeah, the one who punched Kaguya. So
like, overall, like, it's just dumb. Once again, he scales over this Sakura, which is why it couldn't do anything. that's how limbo can be effective, or it can be utilized as an off guard technique as well. To where, because once again, you can't see it or anything or perceive, so then you just get fucked unless you have a Renegon or sensory abilities. So like this is just stupid. Like this man is so dumb, bro. Like I don't know if I've reacted to it yet on my YouTube channel, but like he has one video that was goated of like Pain versus Kakuzu, and it's him explaining why like the summoning pass slams Kakuzu alone. If I haven't reacted to that, I will eventually react to that just to give him some good grace and something. But all this shit he's been doing lately, bro, I don't know what happened to this man, but he went downhill. It is insane. And that was one of his older videos. Like, how the fuck you go from those videos to making this dog shit, you know?
It didn't budge 1 millimeter. And then we see later in the fight against Kaguya that Sakura, without the 100 ceilings amp, was able to punch Kaguya and actually deal some damage.
Yeah.
While when Sakura was amped against Madara, she punched the Limbo clone with the same strength and didn't do anything to it. So maybe the
That's
Limbo
why I
clone
always
of
say that's the
Didiyaro was
strongest
stronger
Sakura,
than
but you know.
revived Madara's Limbo clone. But I think this Madara actually has a pretty
That
decent
Sakura
chance
just
of
fucking up
survival.
Madara.
It will be a matter of who's able to hit first. If Madara is able to block the first attack Guy throws at him, then he could probably try and go to punch Guy with the Limbo clone, which Guy wouldn't be able to see and wouldn't be able to counter or do anything against. If not, revived Madara gets obliterated as well. Now let's move on to Obito. Not Jubito, but any other.
I swear to God, if he
Obito
says
that
this
has
motherfucker
Kamui,
wins,
and
bro.
that Obito would easily survive the fight
Oh
against
my.
8 Gates Guy because
Well,
he can turn intangible and therefore
would not
hinder
kill
every
him,
single attack Guy throws
but
against him completely.
the only thing he can do is
worthless.
Kamui,
It's not
so.
really very difficult to see that.
If he can react,
could
which he most
easily-
likely wouldn't be able to, though.
So Orange Mask Obito is reacting to 6 pass level people now, even though the motherfucker with Yellow Mask when he fought Minato, clearly showing that he does have limits when it comes to reaction speed to using Kamui, gets fucking tagged. But apparently 8th Gate Guy can't fucking do it.
Like I said, if he's
Oh
not
my
able to
God.
react, he gets fucked.
Like, that's just fucking crazy. Like, and then the only way Obito could even do anything, like, let's say he sees Guy go to 8th Gate, right? Orange Mask. He would have to literally keep his fucking Kamui on for 5 minutes straight, okay?
Yeah.
And, like, if Guy could survive for longer than 5 minutes, and there you go, and then Obito dies, and, you know, at the end of the day, that's something we don't really know, whatever, but that could also be a W. But, like, if they're fighting him mid-fight, okay, and let's say Obito tries to do something, to try to do an attack, whatever, blah, blah, at that exact interval, he's getting completely destroyed. You know what I mean? Like, the only way Obito in Orange Mask even remotely is able to fucking use Kamui, okay, to fucking, like, and then, you know, go from there, is if he immediately, instantaneously activates Kamui permanently for 5 minutes straight. That's if he does that. And I'm going to be honest with you, what Obito normally does in character, he never does that. He only activates it when he needs to. This way, he doesn't have a 5-limit fucking timer. Okay, that's why he never does that unless he's forced to. He's only forced to do that against Konan with the 6 billion paper bomb fucking shit. And this guy, okay, like, he just scales so fucking far, there's no way that motherfucker's reacting or doing anything. That's just crazy. That's insane. Like, how the fuck you say Jubito wins?
No.
How do you fuck you say Jubito fucking loses, but then Orange Mask wins? Like, what?
Counter 8 Gates Guy just by staying
Yeah,
intangible. Even if Guy manages to somehow
it wasn't enough because Obito even used Izanagi to save himself, right?
Yeah.
But to be honest, remember the Raikage fee, right?
Yeah.
It fucking activated automatically.
Yeah.
It was just like speed whizzing his shit, but he just like turned only his head.
And that's another thing too. Like, yeah, like he always just relies it to activate automatically too and whatnot. So it's like it has an activation interval. So like if he's in character doing what he normally does, that's not happening with Guy. He's getting blitz before it even happens. Like, he's just fucked. So that's
this Obito is just not winning. Neither is Jubito actually.
like that's just crazy. Like you can't say Jubito loses, but then Orange Mask doesn't. That's fucking stupid. That's like saying Jubito can't beat fucking Orange Mask Obito because he can't hit him. What?
he's a
He-
knight,
he
which
will
he could
hit it.
try
He
and
will
use
speed
as a
list
last
it.
resort.
Yeah.
Orange Mask Obito, Warark Obito, even Masked Man Obito, the one who fought Minato,
Wow.
will be able to survive a fight against 8 Gates guy because he can stay intangible for 5 minutes
Yeah.
straight, and I don't really think
Hey,
he
you know what that
lasts
means?
that long. Next
Min-
characters
Minato,
that we're going to talk about very quickly
he's reacting and dealing
are
with him too.
Minato and Tobirama, who could
Yep, both of
simply
them.
use Flying Thunder
Yep.
to go to the other side of the continent and just
They
wait
surviving
for the guy
too.
to die. It's a cheap move, man.
Hey, you're fucking retarded.
Listen,
you're
listen,
retarded. This
listen.
man's on crack.
I would just say this. Right? If Obito activates Kamui like before or like at the beginning of the fight, like immediately,
Yeah.
maybe he can pull it off. And if
For
Minato
yeah,
and
he has 5
Tobirama,
minutes.
if Minato and Tobirama immediately do the shit that he said, then perhaps they can be fine if they just like fuck off immediately. Like if they just teleport.
But
to the other
that
side
that's
of the fucking planet.
only once again
But-
that's only if fucking like if we're talking about a hypothetical to where Guy is going right into the 8 gates. But if we're talking about a versus match where he's already in the 8 gates, okay, and they're about to fight each other, they're not reacting. They can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like they're just fucked. Like that would have
But
to be
if
like
he-
a predetermined variable to be applied instantaneously. And then, of course, there you go. But like, that's just
No.
fucking stupid.
But maybe if he charges the night guy, they can do that. But they're not gonna like attack him or anything. They're just gonna fuck off immediately, so he can just die.
And then
That's
not only that, like, this is arguable, but like with him being able to bend space, blah blah, whatever, yada yada yada. Like maybe there's a possibility he could also use that ability into where he can like kind of negate Kamui in a sense and then just hit him. But that's a big fucking stretch, and we won't ever fucking know. So it is what it is. But bottom line is like this is just stupid. Like Minato's getting blitzed, Tobirama's getting blitzed, Obito's getting blitzed. Like this is fucking just dumb. Like I don't understand people. Like that's just insane. Like once again, you have the whole Raikage fight. Minato clearly has to activate the jutsu. He even does it with Obito. So if somebody is faster than you, you won't have the opportunity to do that, and you just get speed blitz and you're dead. It's fucking stupid.
Yep.
Fair, I guess. All the other Akatsuki members, excluding Obito, would not be able to do anything against 8th Gate Guy. You could say Itachi has the Yata Mirror, yeah, sure, it can deflect stuff. And he has the Tsuka Blade, which can, you know, attack stuff, but Guy can just come in from the other side of the Susanoo and punch, obliterating Itachi Susanoo in one hit and killing Itachi in the process. And as I said before, Genjutsu wouldn't really work on Guy because he's too fast to be put under Genjutsu if he's in
That's
restrained
bullshit.
somehow. Pain wouldn't really have a chance whatsoever. Guy would blitz every single path. Though you could argue that Guy can destroy the paths and Nagato would survive, so maybe.
Yeah,
but
of
if
course.
Nagato fought
Yeah,
against
but-
Guy, he would obviously lose, and all the other Akatsuki
Yeah, as crazy as that
members
sounds,
wouldn't
Pain
fare
actually does survive. Like it's weird to say, but he does. Like they all die, but Nagato would still be alive, so therefore he survived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless you think like, yeah, Guy can tell where he is and just immediately fucking rush there with the speed he has and just kill him.
Well, Guy doesn't have any
Which
way to
is
sense him.
most-
But
Well, which is not gonna happen because
Yeah.
Guy doesn't like he cannot fucking tell where Nagato is. So
exactly. So Pain W, which once again Pain's goated, but that's because once again he doesn't scale. But you know, it's just how he operates. It's kind of a smart, you know, snaky thing to do. You know, so overall,
that's why
like
we
there you
stay
go.
with the Minato and Tobirama shit and like Obito. If he can do the Kamui thing, he can survive most likely. If Minato and Tobirama can immediately teleport away and let him die, they can survive too. But these characters right here, these like don't scale above. They're not gonna fight him. They're just gonna outlast and just fuck off immediately and do some shit that so like they
Yeah.
won't get speed blitzed.
And that's
it.
if we give that. Once again,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to because they would have to have reaction speed enough to do it. So
so well either. Though Conan probably has a shot here because every time she gets hit by something, she turns into paper. I don't know how much that can save her. Maybe she can tank the attacks and just turn into paper, and the paper
Bruh,
claws
pause that
back
shit right
into
now,
her
please.
human form until.
This is not gonna fly because we know she gets damaged by the paper bombs, and we also know, like he said, every time she gets hit, I know what he means, right? But if you remember, Obito fucking penetrates her with a metal rod through her belly, and she's bleeding and dying.
Well, yeah, she has to activate her paper body jutsu. It's kind of like a bootleg combo in a sense. Now I don't know about her taking damage from the explosion, but yeah, she does have reaction time with that. So once again, same exact thing. She would just get speed blitz, and even if we grant that like a Obito thing, to where she's already in the form, I'm gonna be real with you, we don't really know much about it. It ain't no fucking Kamui either. For all we know, she probably still dies, even if she has that on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking paper, and, it is what it is. Like, we don't really have that much information. Maybe the data book explains it a little bit more, like, a why or whatever, yada yada. But overall, I don't know. It's just, that's what you have. And then, either way, like, that's it, Like, I don't know what to tell you, so. But, she gets bitched, so.
Guy turns into dust, but I think it's highly unlikely, especially if Guy deals so many powerful attacks that completely destroy Conan's body. I don't think she can keep that up for too long. Danzo, the Beast, actually has a pretty decent shot at surviving this because he has a very large Izanagi charge. It even rhymed, wow. So
Danzo, survives because he has, are you fucking kidding me? Bro, Danzo gets killed 10 times and no Izanagi and then dies. In less than a second, in a picosecond, okay? Shut the fuck up.
So Danzo can essentially remain immortal for 10 minutes straight, and a lot of people confuse...
And once again, that's if we grant that automatically, because I don't know, he's not even explaining his mentality. He's not saying, whether they could just do that in the middle of the fucking fight, or if they've already activated the ability, which, there's no equity in that. But regardless... Even if the ability was activated, he just dies that many times in less than a second and loses. Even if it wasn't activated, he's not reacting fast enough to do that. He couldn't even fucking do that with Sasuke's Susanoo arrow, and he had to use wood style to divert the fucking arrow, and then basically, then reactivate Izanagi. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Izanagi is not like Kamui. So if you actually die during the process, it's not like you're immortal for 10 minutes. If you actually die, one life is out.
Yeah.
So if you die 10 times, he has 10 eyes, right? Except for the Kodowa Matsukami Shisui's eye, but whatever, fuck that shit. So he has 10 eyes, right? So if he dies 10 times in a matter of 2 minutes, he's not doing anything after that. He's just getting fucked right after.
Yeah.
And he's getting fucked through the whole fight. Because with Guy's speed, which he scales massively above Danzo, he would just slam him very easily. 10 times. That wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
He can definitely do that under 5 minutes. So what the fuck is he gonna do?
And I'm showing this Minato feed just for shits and giggles for you guys, but right here, he charges at full speed, Minato can perceive him, he literally reacts, tosses the fucking kunai in the air. The anime is even more in detail and shows it better, but and then look how close it is. He reacts, teleports, then teleports back, and is about to fucking stab him. So they have to activate their abilities, and once again, if that is the case, they are fucked. Okay, now if we just grant them that ability right off the whip and don't allow Guy to attack either. Or let's say we're just Guy's just getting into the 8th gate form or some shit, and then they do the bit of whatever, blah, blah, then sure, obviously, but that's fucking retarded. What? You know what I mean? That's not how reality works. You know what I mean? So if Guy just activates the 8th gate, and they're about to fight and whatnot, they're just not going to be able to do anything. When he does the 8th gate thing, it's instantaneous as well. He just touches his fucking heart, and then it goes from there. And then not only that, it would make sense if this is a who can survive, Night Guy or 8th Gate Guy or whatever, he should be automatically in the fucking form. You know what I mean? So, if he's already in the form, they're just fucked. It's so stupid. So, just want to put that out there too.
How Izanagi works, it's not one Sharingan per hit that Danzo uses, no. Each Sharingan remains activated for a minute, and for that minute, Danzo is immortal. And Danzo has 10 Sharingan in his arm, and he even has Shisui's Sharingan.
The eyes literally go away once he's killed.
If you get killed, it goes away.
I'm not going to show that, guys. You guys, once again, use your brain. I've already debunked every other thing. I'm not debunking this either. But that's not true at all. The moment he dies, then the light goes away. It's stated verbatim, it's shown. They can last for a certain amount of time if nothing has happened, but eventually the light will run out if, you know what I mean, even if he doesn't die as well. And that's where the timer comes into play. But if he gets killed,
activated.
Yeah, but if he's killed, okay, it goes immediately away. Like, that's not true at all.
Yeah, like I said, he needs to deactivate it for it not to run out if he doesn't die. He needs to, like, preserve
with
it.
With the Mangekyo that he has from Shisui, and
like
that would, well, he would win the fight because he would outlast Guy. Now, there is, of course, the chance that Guy...
don't crack Danzo, sir. That's insane, bro.
simply doesn't let Danzo finish the Izanagi hand signs, which he has to finish, and it was a problem in the fight against Sasuke, so everything depends on whether or not Guy is able to understand, oh, I can't let this guy finish hand signs, which, honestly, he probably could. It depends, you know, on how...
Oh, and also, this Obito right here that he said would survive gets Speed Blitz twice, by the way. Speed Blitz when he's, you know, using Kamui and then trying to attack him. Speed Blitz when he has it automatically active as well, and when he does a flying ration again, he stabs him. So, like, yeah, I'm just saying it right now.
Yeah, by Minato.
Yeah, Obito is not. If he's getting Speed Blitz by this fucking Minato, you're telling me Guy can't do that? Like, you're in fucking crack.
Flustered they would be if Guy would want to attack
it's always
Danzo
so funny to me.
But
like,
Danzo has
you know,
a pretty decent
like,
chance
these
at surviving against
retards always
8 Guy
claim
because...
that 8 Gates Guy can fuck with Boruto scaling, but he, like, apparently doesn't beat the fucking Danzo, bro. Like,
literally.
like, what the fuck, man? Like,
it's just insane. I don't get it.
It's and another thing with Boruto, right? The limbo shit. Since limbo scales to the user, Madara is just not doing shit with limbo in Boruto. He's just not doing anything.
Nope.
And especially to the Otsutsukis, who, like, a lot of people claim, like, he can beat, because those motherfuckers have 6 paths too. Not only the scaling, who is like the scaling is way above, but they also have 6 paths, and they also have a bunch of shit as well, like hacks abilities and shit. So Madara is just not doing anything solely by the scaling. If you just want to go by that,
exactly.
You don't even need to use the hacks. But he's just not doing anything in Boruto. Well, fuck that. Like, Madara is not doing anything in the end of War Arc, the very end. Like Kaguya, DMS Kakashi, Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke.
Yeah.
He's just not doing shit. Even Free-Eyed. He's just not doing shit, bro. He's just fucking dying.
Exactly. It's just stupid.
You can stay immortal for 10 minutes straight, quite literally. You can make an argument for the third Raikage, who had a very sturdy armor, but I don't see that lightning armor, even though it was very powerful, tanking Guy's 8th gate. No, he's getting bodied by Guy. Orochimaru is actually an interesting character, because we know he has his ways of surviving things he shouldn't. Now sure, his body would be obliterated. He even states when he sees the 4 Tails Bijudama that if that thing hits him, he would die. And the same thing would happen against 8th Gate's Guy. He would be completely destroyed and his body would die. But he has ways to return, like we saw in the War Arc. Sasuke brings him back through a curse mark. So I suppose you could say Orochimaru can survive 8th Gate Guy. And the last character that could survive Guy would be Mu, the second Tsuchikage, and that's simply because he can hide and turn invisible very well. He's the null shinobi. Nobody can detect him in that state, and Guy would probably be the same. He would just be like, okay, I'm in the 8th gate, but the guy is invisible and I can't see him, I guess.
Once again, he would not be able to activate it and get speed blitzed. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. And you're not explaining what the situation is. So if you're just talking about they're fighting and he has to activate it, no, that will not happen. If he already has it activated and Guy's in 8th gate, then sure, fine. Like, this motherfucker is so annoying.
He'll just punch the air and see what happens, but Mu can fly and he could probably just stay out of Guy's reach because he would just be punching air and not be really hitting Mu. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Every character I didn't mention here, every version of Naruto and Sasuke didn't mention here would absolutely get pummeled by 8th Gate Guy. I don't really see anybody else doing any better here. If you have an idea for a character that could probably survive that I didn't mention, definitely say so in the comments, but that's gonna be it. Watch this other video right right here for more entertaining Naruto content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and like this video here if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, that video is ass. I'm disliking it. Holy shit, fucking garbage. And another thing, I have the Danzo fight pulled through. I don't know if you can see this, okay. What's it called? And like, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Fucking, I'm looking for when it talks about the things. I'm just gonna debunk that really quick, just for shits and giggles.
First, look at this shit. So you know how we said it like gets fucked when he gets killed, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, he needs to deactivate it, because if you go down here, it literally goes out. Like he doesn't die here, but it goes out. Go down now. Go down. And when he does the summoning, right? You see that shit? He doesn't die here, but it goes out. So it's even worse.
Yeah.
He would need to be doing the fucking sign, like the hand seals, in order to deactivate it, like I said before. And he's not doing that shit with Guy. Either way, so it's even worse. It's even worse. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking here. Right here. So he starts doing the signs. He's getting the arrow ready, and then once it launches, he got it just in time, and it was able to do Izanagi. So like, yeah, like, and then look at that. Right when he died, the eye goes away.
yeah, and it even, like, before it even went away when he didn't die. So like I said, it's even way worse.
Exactly.
Because he needs to constantly switch with the signs, so it doesn't get wasted, but at the same time saves him, and he's just not doing all this shit with Guy. That's just not happening, bro.
Yeah.
He just fucking dies. So that's basically it, yeah.
I'm just gonna see one more thing, because I'm just curious. Say it verbatim. Look, there's a point when she eventually sets the time, so that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, it's a minute. It's further down, but it's 1 minute. DYGOKNIGHT said it too, but that, like we established, that doesn't help at all. So.
I only have 5 left. I have to finish this. Yeah. Along whatever yada yada. But the problem is when he gets killed, then he just dies and it goes away, and so now he's down more time. Yeah, so that would only apply overall if he's not being killed, which he's going to be killed multiple fucking times by Guy. If Sasuke can do it, Guy can do it too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if this Sasuke can do it, yeah.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of like everything he said and the list he made and etc. You know, I'm curious what you guys think too. And as always, subscribe for more content. Subscribe you guys on the channel. There'll be plenty more reactions along the way. I'm going to try to get low-K on a production video eventually, of a video that I'll be using for scaling for OG Naruto as well. So stay tuned for that. And as always, like I said before, I'll be doing a scaling video with Jay the Great and Shinobi soon on his channel and for mine. So there's going to be plenty of content coming along the way, guys, for the Naruto vibes and stuff. And as always, there'll be always, you know, other types of content coming throughout too. So just to kind of fill in the airtime or gaps. So if it ain't Naruto, but you guys take it easy and I've been out. Peace.